Reminds you how many great winners across the years for the Ballon d'Or, but recent years, the last decade and a half, it's Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi who have absolutely dominated winning this Ballon d'Or. Messi's won it 7 times in the last 14 years. Of course, the next time that this is going to be given out is coming up. It's on Monday. It's been widely reported as well that Lionel Messi has been told he is going to win his 8th Ballon d'Or next week. Obviously, he captained his country to the 2022 World Cup, right? So an incredible month of football. We do have the trophy with us in the studio, by the way. There it is. It's the real one. It's not fake.
Is this a real one?
It's the real one.
The original.
The real one.
Wow.
It's the closest you ever came.
Can I touch it?
Later. You have to decide.
Yes?
You can touch it? He said yes. Under peer pressure, he said, yeah, you can touch it. Did you say yes?
Yes, with your eyes.
C'est bon?
Okay.
Oh, he said with your eyes. He said with your eyes.
Come on.
Just go and have a little touch of that.
Am I allowed to lift it, but like pretending I've dreamt about this?
Okay, can we, sure, you do your thing. We're just going to keep on having a conversation whilst we're doing it, apparently. Is he the rightful winner, do you think? Is it the right decision to give it to Lionel Messi?
I mean, a lot of people can debate that. For me, if you win the World Cup the way he did it, and we can talk about what happened in the final, obviously, as a Frenchman, I was a bit disappointed with how we finished. But you can't say that he's not also deserved if he wins it. Like, a lot of people can pretend and come, and, you know, the Man City players, Alan, and some other players can also say, why not me? But you can't say that it's not right if he wins it. You know, you had in history at times where I'm thinking about Lewandowski. Like, they decided to say that there were not going to be any Ballon d'Or that year, but there was football. Why the guy wasn't allowed to have his golden ball, Ballon d'Or, shall I say? So,
Hello guys, welcome back to The Connect. Like I was just mentioning, Messi will win the Ballon d'Or of 2022-2023 season. Of course, it's because of the winning the World Cup, which all makes sense. We all understand how far and how much he did to help out that Argentina team to get to where they get it. And Thierry Henry here is talking about him. Did he deserve it? Or maybe calling for more, or what? We all have to agree at a certain stage that he deserved it. Nobody expected Messi to win that World Cup, especially in the manner that he did it, as well as leaving the tournament as the player of the tournament, and nobody could disagree with the fact that he was the player of the tournament. So he went to one of the biggest tournaments in the world, ran the whole entire thing, won the World Cup with his team, inspiring for the second one since the Maradona moment. I think he deserves it. Of course, we are now talking about some situations like what Man City fans could be feeling that maybe Haaland deserves it, like Thierry Henry is talking about. Could be true. Haaland should be given a shout. But at the end of the day, when you look at it on paper, the way Messi did it, it's always gonna be talked more. He did so much. He proved what he's capable of doing, and we have to give him the respect. And I think that's why he's winning this Ballon d'Or. And it seems, according to what Kate is talking about, it's already been confirmed that he is the one who's going to get it. And it is the World Cup. Trust me, whether you like it or not, it has to be the World Cup that inspired this to come to this point. I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section as we continue with the video.
Who do you think deserves to win it?
for me, Messi.
Messi this year.
By over.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All day,
I
every
always
day.
feel, listen, you can always argue about, certainly Haaland's probably the other one. You think of the goals he scored and the fact they won the treble. But I do feel whenever there's a major tournament, certainly a World Cup, it's normally the player of that tournament, even go back in history, is normally the guy who picks it up. But it's going to be difficult for that man to probably ever have a better season. Unfortunately for him, he plays for a country who's maybe going to struggle to maybe even qualify for major tournaments. So he's certainly the one, Mike, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, any other year he probably gets it, but I have to agree with you. Messi, with the pressure he had to go into that tournament and deliver, not only just score goals, but his all-round game in them games.
What these guys are talking about is the truth, that usually whenever there's a big tournament like this, the player of the tournament usually gets it, and whether we like it or not, Messi was an inspirational player into that Argentina squad to get to where they got. The guy was just unplayable, people. I remember this guy that Man City have signed now, Hoyland. Is it Govadio? No, it's Govadio. I remember how we struggled to stop Messi. How many balls that were scored in the assist. His overall performance was unplayable. And of course, I always feel sorry for Haaland. I think this was one of his best seasons, winning the Champions League for the first time, inspiring the team to the treble. So many goals he scored to help Man United City to get to where they were. But like I'm saying, Messi winning the thing that so many people said he was never gonna win. This is the only thing that makes sense. And I have to agree with Jamie. I have to agree with Thierry. Even Micah, a Man City fan, is coming out and he also agrees with this. So there has to be something that they're talking about.
Thierry, can I ask you something? Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's not even a dream for someone like us, but you were a player who certainly were one of the best players in the world in your peak. Was there ever a season where you felt you should have won that trophy?
Well, that's the closest I've been to the Ballon d'Or, apart when I gave it to Ronaldo one time.
Well, what was your best season where you thought... Because the great players in the world, let's be honest, they do think about that trophy. I know you're team players, Messi, Ronaldo, the great... You're one of them.
I'll be honest, I said it, and I will say it again. When I was in the back of my building, I was about to say my garden, I was going to be a big lie at that time. Building, concrete. I never thought about this. I thought about winning the World Cup. I thought about winning with my teams. That's the consequence of what you do as a player that brings you that. That can't be your first thing. This is your first thing. This is why when I hear players saying, first, I want to win the Ballon d'Or, I'm not too sure with your mind.
Yeah, but Thierry,
well, your mind is, but...
Yeah, but when you're in your peak,
2003,
that must be in your mind.
2003,
yeah.
He had 32 goals, 28 assists that season. Nedved, who won it, had 14 goals and 17 assists.
But look, you can't debate opinions. When journalists are involved and vote, they vote whatever they want. However you want to look at it, they vote whatever they want. And when you look at the votes in the history of it, not only my year, every year, you look at the first three, you're like, really? You must have looked at sometime and you must have looked at some and like, really? So it is what it is. You can't debate opinions. It's very difficult.
You think it's political then?
I don't know if it's political, but you can't debate opinions. If we go around properly, you would have said, like, you agreed with us, but you would have said Haaland. Let's obey.
Domestic, I would have said Haaland,
yeah,
of course.
I'm saying Messi, another guy would have said something. Another guy would have said something else. I just think that, for me, one of the things that surprised me a lot in all that list that we saw before, that not the Spanish guy won it. They dominated world football for 6 years, and at the club level.
Well, wasn't that why Messi
were not even... Yeah, but they were winning the World Cup and the Euro at the same time.
Yeah, so who are you talking about then? You're talking about Xavi and Iniesta?
That's what I'm saying. You're telling me one of those guys at Barcelona at one point some of them were not even in the talk. I think Andres came close at one point. But look, a guy like Samuel Eto'o wasn't even so many players in the history that came close to it. And it's not for everyone. So, it's something that people are proud of in France, because that's where it started. But again, if we go back, I'm not particularly saying that Haaland didn't deserve to win it. But the year of Messi winning the World Cup, scoring, I think, 18 goals in the league in France and having 17 assists is the other way around. I don't actually remember. He won the league. Nobody thought he was going to win the World Cup when he won it and how he won it, the way he was. He was possessed. That team reminded me of the team of Maradona in '86, a team that was like fighting for a guy.
For him.
Do you know what I mean? So you have to give him his credit. And to have, by the way, since we are on an American channel, to have, I would like to think, the Golden Ball, Ballon d'Or winner playing in the US.
And we're going to meet him, aren't we, in Miami?
Playing in the US,
yeah.
I mean, you will have the reigning Ballon d'Or winner playing in the US in the MLS. That's also good for the game over there.
You know,
Interesting take from Thierry Henry. I think one thing that is said, which I think he has to be held and taken seriously, is the fact he's talking about how the people who are included into the decision of this makes a serious impact over how the entire thing looks like. He's talking about journalists, talk about Micah's test that he was giving up in 2003. How many goals? 30 goals, 29 assists, and the guy who won it scored 14 goals in something assists. That doesn't make sense. But like he's saying, it's more about if it is journalists, if it is journalists all over the world, whatever they want, it's what goes. I think, in other words, it's saying it runs away from really looking football as football from football people. It moves away from football, but to more about what the press will say, or which will attract more likes, more views, more talks. I think that's the only thing that we can put out when we try to talk about what Thierry is really talking about here. Because he is telling you about, he had a time where the Spanish ran football. A moment where the Spanish were, if we talk football, we talk football. Talking about Iniesta and Xavi. And they have never won a Ballon d'Or. How does that even make sense? How do you even put that? But because there's journalists who are looking for clicks, clickbaiting their stories and what, they'll choose the guy who will give their articles more feedback. For sure, I'm 100% sure before some of the journalists had actually voted, they already have one amazing story, emotional story, impactful story that will move so many people in the world, talking about how inspirational Messi was. And of course, in this season, we cannot disagree, which I think was always to make sense. Messi was so much inspirational that every Argentina player was in that game was playing for him. They ran for him. They fought for him. They did everything on the pitch for him. And in the end, they won the golden prize. Nobody predicted Argentina winning the Champions League, the World Cup going into that one. But they did. And how much he was so impactful to what happened, Messi. That has to be held. And that has to be cherished. That's why they won the Champions League, in my thoughts, or in my view.
We should also give some credit to for how close they came in 2005 is the man who came joint 20th with Cristiano Ronaldo in 2005. Who was it?
Do
Who
not
was it?
say
Who was it?
Carragher.
Hey! Above Ronaldo!
I can't believe that.
Oh my gosh.
Who did you
And
pay
this
for
fella
that?
said I can't touch it.
I can't
Oh my
believe
God, Zizou 18th and you 20. That's it, we're dead.
I can't.
Get that out on socials now.
How we
Where
got-
am I looking?
Have we got to go to a break,
Get
Kate?
that on socials now.
Did you know that?
I knew it was above Ronaldo, but was Dan one above me?
Yeah, two
above you. Buffon was one
Oh my
above you.
God. Wow.
Fair
my-
enough.
oh.
Look at
my
that.
God. Fair play, man.
Who's the other one?
Who cares? It doesn't
Buffon.
matter.
Buffon.
Do you know me and Buffon were born on the same day?
Everything,
28th of January 1978.
everything's gonna
Well,
come out
reminder
now.
for you that the Ballon d'Or ceremony streams live on Paramount Plus. It is on Monday, October the 30th. Red carpet coverage from the Théâtre du Châtelet in Paris begins at 1 p.m. Eastern, with the main award ceremony scheduled to begin at 2:30 p.m. It is a
Say it again.
fabulous night.
Théâtre?
Théâtre du Châtelet.
Oh, wow.
It's a fabulous night. It's
Will you be
really
there?
fun. I will not be there. No, why? Will you be there?
Nope.
Nope. No, me neither. Okay, well, that's it. None of us will be there. But still, it was fabulous to have this. Clément, thank you so much.
We have to give some respect to Jamie. That means so much if he was able to get into that 2005 Ballon d'Or nominations. That just tells you so much. But all in all, people, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. As we were talking about Messi, talking about how I think he deserved to win the Ballon d'Or. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's all I'll be waiting on. I'll be jumping into the comment section to hear your thoughts. What Thierry Henry was talking about, how the likes of Iniesta and Xavi never got to win the Ballon d'Or. Does that even make sense? Does that give validity into the trophy or into the thing? As well as because journalists are also involved in the voting of this, also impact so much of how this individual brilliant award should be going to? Wanna know in the comment section, people. Click the like button, subscribe to Connect. We are out. Peace. And by the way, those who are going to be watching on the Football Connect, check out the reaction video on the Football Connect too. Peace.